Welcome back everybody. You joined me today. We're indoors, the weather's turning a bit iffy now, so we've got set up. I'm going to mix it up a bit today. I'm very excited. I've got myself some Rigby pay dirt from the Flourgoldwizards channel. Love this stuff. And as before, I like a bit of panning. I thought about panning it out. And I thought about maybe running it over the micro sluice, but you never know. I thought I'd have a dump first in the pan and just see if there's anything shiny in there that I can see. I'm going to run it today over the Flourgoldwizards Rigby sluice, because it'll hold flower gold, I'm sure. I've got a pan underneath just to check afterwards, but I just thought I'd have a go running this over that today. So here we go. If you haven't checked out the Flourgoldwizards channel, I thoroughly recommend that you do. It's got fabulous content on there, and it opens doors to a great club of lots of other prospectors. It's a great place to be. I have a lot of fun and I learned an awful lot. Dump that off in there. There you go. One of my favourites. Leave the old rig bone now. All bless him. I'll have a little shake. It's got a little bit damp in there on that sieve. Not bad. Ooh, what's that? There, I can see colour in there. No way. I think that's peridot. Ha ha, what a beautiful size. Wow. Yeah, that looks like peridot in there. So I think I'm going to have to go through after I've run it over the sluice, I will pick out the gems. There's peridot gems in there. I thought I could see green. There's another one there. Wow, look at that. Try and get the gold pay dirt off my fingers. That wouldn't be very clever, would it? I'm just going to put a couple to the side. I'm going to put them, and we'll have a look under the microscope in a bit. I'm going to bang that back out. Sometimes you find big old crystals and that in there, so I wasn't quite sure what I might see. I can see peridot in there. I think I can see a few more, so I wonder if they will catch in that sluice or end up in the tailings tub. Be interesting to see. Give it a mix. I'll just wash this sieve out. That's it. Looking pretty good. Let's see. I've put plenty of jet dry, as many would know it. You know, rinse aid as I would know it. And that's it. Oh, that's very interesting material. I can see I can see more peridot in there. So I'm going to grab myself one of my cool little sluice scoops. Get me words out. Courtesy of Mr. Wizard. And so check him out. That is a genius bit of kit, the smooth water mini head. It goes up to, I think it does 6 inch, maybe even bigger, for bigger sluices if you're out and about. But for home use and to go with the micro clean-up sluice, you want this little puppy, and it makes all the difference. Your gold doesn't rush off, it runs the water over beautifully, and you can see it all building up in there. It really does work very well. So, well, here we go with a little bit of a test then. So I'm going to start running the Rigby pay dirt over the Flourgoldwizards Rigby. That's it. Get it on in there. Yeah, I don't see much heavy black sands. The material should run through okay. Just hanging on to a fair bit of material there. Look at that, beautiful. Make sure my backup pan is in place. Yes, it is. We don't want to be losing our tailings because I want to check them. So I hope you all have had a great weekend. The subscriber giveaway show has just been slightly delayed, only because a couple of the team weren't very well at the weekend, and you know, we'd like to all be involved in the giveaway show, and there's just a couple of us just weren't able to be in front of the camera, so we've delayed it for a week or so, but it is coming, I assure you. And really looking forward to it. I think the prize is going to be it's probably going to be somewhere around half a gram of Scottish gold. Extremely exciting about that. You know, if you know gold at all, you know Scottish gold is beautifully pure, very high grade. I think I've just found a beautiful garnet in there too. Look at that, it's absolutely stunning. So there's peridot in here, and I've just found a beautiful garnet. We're going to check our tailings tub afterwards, but I don't want to drop it on the floor. I'm going to put that in the little fines pot over there. Now I know there's more peridot in there because I can see them. So, excuse me. I'm not quite sure on the density of them, so I've got a feeling they might end up in there. But we can retrieve them afterwards anyway. Look at that, it was a very full bag of dirt. Thanks, Mr. Wizard. I've never run wizard dirt over this sort of sluice before. So it is kind of a cons clean up sluice, but for bigger pieces as well as small. But it's great to mix it up and have a go and try different things. This is a sawtooth mat in there. Seems to work very well in there. Oh, I can just see peridot everywhere. Peridot, they are beautiful kind of. They are clear. The clarity on these stones is remarkable. I do love a peridot. They are absolutely stunning. I'm going to drop another one in now. They keep jumping out at me in the dirt. Let's just keep going here and we'll finish off, and then we'll have a look and see what the sawtooth mat caught. So the 100 subscriber show is coming up, but I want to film it with my boys. This has been very much a family team effort, and I'd like them to be involved when we do the giveaway show. So thanks for subscribing, thanks for sticking with us. If you're new, please check out some of our earlier content. I'm really proud of my boys. They've helped me put out some great fun content. We've had great fun making it. We've had great adventures finding gold in our pans. The moment you actually kind of start realising this stuff's actually real. And we've had great fun, great adventures. And we're actually going to be getting out in the field in the spring. Obviously the winter's setting in now, and I am UK based, so I live in England, and I live in the south of England, and realistically, to actually have a good chance of actually finding some colour in my pan, I have to go to Scotland. So I do have another trip planned, one more scuppered this year, unfortunately. For one reason or another, sometimes family gets in the way. Family is more important, and at that moment family was more important, so I had to cancel that trip. And but it's replanned for the spring. I'm hoping to get up there in May, and got some great places hopefully to go and have a look and check out and actually do some real-time prospecting. Now I've tried a few products. Scotland-based products, and I really the products that I collect from Goldwise, tourmaline gem pods. I can't highly recommend them enough. The tourmaline gem pods are exquisite. If you like your gemstones, the Scottish tourmaline is extremely rare, and well, just you should see them. Really, they can be a greeny colour and they can fade into a pink, and you can get kind of a mixed stone, and extraordinary colours in them stones. Where's my little squidgy bottle? What did I do with it? Here it is. And I'm just going to rinse out this pan now. I see some fine gold sat there. In fact, it's very difficult in the UK, when you're UK based, trying to get mining equipment. It's almost impossible. Trying to get ore crushing equipment, anything to do with prospecting, is ultimately a lot more expensive and a lot harder to get hold of. And anybody out there has got any interest or knowledge and know-how into making a little ore crushing device, I think you do very well here. And I know there's more and more people looking at getting into prospecting. There's ore to be found in the UK, but having the facilities to deal with that ore is extremely difficult, and ultimately probably just impossible here at the moment. For me to get sorted with a decent ore crushing machine here, you know, probably sent in from somewhere like, you know, there's a chap you see him on Facebook and YouTube, Mount Baker Mining, and he collabs with Dan Hurd now and again, and he's got his own mine and he does ore, and it's all very fantastic and great. But if I were to get it here in the UK, then it's virtually impossible to process without laying out just unreasonable amounts of money. So unfortunately, as well with our import taxes, if you get anything of value, the government wants to have their little sandwich out of it, so everything just becomes unfeasible. So there we go. So I've run that over now. I'm gonna give that a little while. The balance still looks good. I've got a nice V shape coming out the back. I've pretty much got it on full flow. I've actually got the pump turned down just a little bit, but it's on reasonable full flow. Plenty of water flow over here. It's a fish tank pump, but when I want to use it for the micro sluice or the awesome gold ripper, to reduce the flow, I'll reduce the diameter of the pipe, squeeze it down, clamp it down a bit, and the fish tank pump can handle it no problem, so it seems, and it allows me to adjust the flow without using speed controllers, which you try and get in this country along with any other sort of gold mining equipment. Nice colours sitting up there, really good colours sitting up there, beautiful. So it's held on to the finer small gold. Very, very nice. I'm going to have a little quick peek in the overflow pan. Now it's settled down. It might skim out a few more bits, but much of it will be in here now. So I'm going to have that in here. Didn't do that in the best place, did I? See if I can get that down to the smooth side, honestly. So we've got much of our material out now. It's all been gone through the sluice once. I will pan it out again, but I'm very confident that despite the size of that gold, it would have captured most of it. But I don't think there's any sluice out there that grabs every single dot. There's quite obviously there's all the material in there now from the bag. I'm just checking for good colours. Another one of them beautiful peridot. I've got quite a collection of these. Hopefully the silver clay without a decent kiln oven, it's just not practical and feasible with the size of my garden. I just don't think it's safe, so I've gone with the small fire brick setup and trying to melt some gold. I'm going to have a go at melting some silver tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what that is, but its colour is, I don't know, it's like Wizard Sluice Blue. I'm not quite sure if that's a bit of, I'm not quite sure. Just in the river gravels I expect, I'm not sure, so I'm going to pop that in there anyway. There's so many peridot. I thoroughly recommend that you check out Mr. Wizard's site, the Flourgoldwizards channel, and through that you can connect yourself with a fabulous group of like-minded prospectors in the circle page. So check out the Wizard page, and if you want to join up with a family of other prospectors, then that is your doorway through. I thoroughly recommend. It's a great place to be. People share their ideas, tips, stories, and you get to see some gold. Whoa, what is that? Yeah, I've happened across something extremely shiny in there, and I'm not quite sure. I'm going to pull you down in a minute, show you how the sluice is looking. I think that's just a chunk of pyrite. Finger crush? Yeah, pyrite. I can still see more peridot in there. I'm not sure about the fine gold. I'm going to pan this down carefully once I've turned the sluice off and see if is there any fine gold still present in there. Looking like a good show. So let's turn this on. Let's get this up a little bit, not too. That's it. Right. Let me come and grab you, and I'm going to see if I can show you. It's still thinning out. The light material, any heavies, the gold, pushes down into that sawtooth groove, and the other material is displaced, and you often see it pop up and out. So that's why you leave your tub under for a little while, let it keep sifting. But there is a nice line of gold sat there, so I'm just going to come and show you. Here we go. Can I successfully do it? I like to keep the flow going. There we go. So there we go. There's the weed jock. So the fish tank pump is just sat behind there. Works a treat. It was about £25, so 40 American dollars, something like that. They'll bring you down there. Hopefully the glare's not too bad. And you can see the gold in the sawtooth grooves there. Bring you up there. Some beautiful lines. Some very fine gold sat right at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the top 8 grooves are quite loaded. I'll bring you around if you get a better view of that. Light is killing me today, hey? No, can't see that very well. I'll get it in the pan in a little while once I've got that pump off. So I'll bring you over here to our little close-up station. And I just want you to have a quick look at the new koozie I got from Mr. Wizard. Check that out, look. Isn't that a bit epic? Thanks, Mr. Wizard. It's a bit chilly for the beer at the moment, but that's going to hold a nice cup of tea soon, I'm sure. I'm going to bring you over here to have a look. And now, the colours, I don't know why that's showing up blue so much. Maybe it's the glare from the lights. I'm going to just show you them stones, and you've got the green, bright greens of the peridot. Some are almost a little bit yellow. Look at that, and that one is extremely pale, but a bit bright yellow. What a beautiful stone. And then you've got garnet. Now that is quite a chunk of garnet. It looks like that one's been tumbled, so it's smooth on the edge. Isn't that beautiful? And there's like blue. Now I'm not sure, that's very clear blue. Now there could be a little piece of glass that's just been in the rivers I'm not quite sure. It's fantastic colour. There's the peridot and the garnet. There is plenty more. Let me just see if I could show you any more. You can still see some in the dirt. Yeah, see? You can see the peridot sat there. I don't see much evidence of gold. There's the odd little sparkle, but I think the wee jock has actually grabbed a lot of that micro too. I will pan it out again. Well, why not? Hey, oh, why not pan it out again? Let's all have some great fun. So, there we go. I've got the wee jock running. It's doing great. Still thinning out. I said to go. I'm going to leave that running maybe another 10 minutes, I think, because the gold won't move. But I wonder if I can get a shot of this, and you can see the material. Can you see the way it's jumping up and down there, dancing? It's all being agitated, bouncing up and down, moving about. So if you do get a bit of gold that moves down, it'll tuck down and bury into that because of the density and the weight, and it'll displace all them little jumping stones there in the groove. So there we go. See the gold laying there now? Showing up brighter and brighter, look. Thanks for joining me today. Movie Do HQ. Having great fun. Moving forward, looking forward to new adventures. I hope you all had a great weekend and you found some good old gold in your pan. Thanks, Mr. Wizard. I'm really enjoying this. I'm going to carry on now and keep panning and cleaning up that gold and going through them beautiful little gems I found. What a fabulous way to spend the afternoon. Don't forget, check out the Wizard channel and the awesome gadgets, heads, sluices, pay dirts, and just the all-round general fabulous entertainment you can get from the Flourgoldwizards channel. So once again, this is MDI signing off.